The antique airfield near Blakesburg, Iowa was a dream of my father, starting back in 1953 when he started the Antique Airplane Association. Further carried on in 1965 when Dad and his business partner Jack Lau started the Airpower Museum. And at the time we were all over at the Tacoma Industrial Airport. But Dad and Jack both always had dreamed of having the organization and museum on its own property so that it controlled its own destiny in an airport that replicated one of the 1930s. 1953 is when Dad started the Antique Airplane Association, just a few months after Paul Poberezny started the EAA. Dad always wanted a strip of his own. I remember as a kid, we used to drive around every piece of property, come up with that, make a good strip and this and that and the other. And this piece of property came up for sale, the price was right, in 1969. Dad bought it. The next summer we had the short east-west runway and the hangar number 1, and then it's grown since then, since June of 1970. When we moved from the big flying from the Tacoma Airport over here to structure this primarily as a flying by the members and for the members, at first it was pretty tough. We did it blind. We had a lot of volunteer help. We had to carve a runway out of nothing, or a long runway out of nothing. It was rough the first couple of years. If you're going to operate, you got to have a place to operate them out of, and they like grass runways better than they like paved runways. The Saturday before the flying, the neighbors got the hay off the place, and we all get together and mow this thing, and we'll have as many as 17 or 18 tractors going around here to mow the whole place up to make it look nice and smooth like a golf course like you see, and have a big lunch and all that business. So, and they just like doing it. I mean, it's a social deal for them. So through the 70s, we built it up, got bigger and bigger so far as the fly-in. We used to run the fly-in 10 days, not 5 days, but 10 days in the 70s, and we would have upwards, if the weather was good, of 600 airplanes here over that week.
If you own a Cirrus today, or if you are considering the purchase of a new or used aircraft, consider this. Avidyne, in conjunction with the country's leading Cirrus sales and maintenance facilities, has launched the G3R9 program that combines the purchase of a late model, low-time Cirrus aircraft and the addition of the Avidyne Integra Release 9 avionics suite for much less than you may have thought, and certainly much less than purchasing a brand new aircraft. G3R9, combining the best airframe, best engine, and best avionics for the best value.
It's the people that come with the airplanes that make it happen, but it's a flying by the members for the members, so it kind of feels like a family. There's kind of a family reunion feel to it. We love to have them go out and fly their airplanes like they're doing and have fun. It's one of perfect weather, which that's 4 years in a row. Won't probably, if I go for 5 years in a row, I might be in trouble with the man upstairs, but it was a very good event, very safe. We had 360 some airplanes is the preliminary count. We'll have to justify that after the flying with photos and list and whatnot. We had, I think, 14 Howards, which is one of our theme airplanes. We had, I don't know, we must have had 11 or 12 corporate aircraft, which is our other theme, and obviously lots of other airplanes in that. So we try to gauge it by how the people enjoyed it and what they write back and the feedback that we get from them. So that's what keeps us going. I really don't know how to explain it. They are my family. A lot of these people I have grown up with, I have known all my life. We've gone to each other's weddings. Unfortunately, we've gone to each other's funerals and that too. It's just like a big family reunion. I mean, it's like any other family. There's people that don't like each other, family members that don't like each other, and those that do. And you got the weird uncle and the crazy cousin, and you know, it is a family, and we've always tried to make it a family event. We you know, anybody's welcome to come join the family is what it amounts to. About 6,500 members nationwide, several foreign countries. We had visitors here from Canada and Belgium this year, and about 22 chapters. And they come from all walks of life. I mean, you'll have guys that are, you know, work for the city, or plumbers, or electricians or whatever, up to multimillionaires, you know. So, and that's one of the things about it. When they all come here, they're all on the same playing field. They're all, you know, speaking the same language, doing the same thing, have the same interest. You got to have somebody that wants to do it, that's interested in history, interested in machinery, and willing to put the time and money, obviously, into restoring an airplane, whether it's a Howard or a J3 Cub and that. And we have a lot of family involvement. We've got actually third and now fourth generation kids here that their parents and grandparents were involved in this from the 1950s right up to today. And as people get involved, if they haven't been here before and find that out, they really like it. And again, it's just our formula as members, by the members, for the members, you know, type thing. And we don't, our association, we're not here to set the world on fire. We're just here to help our members restore and fly and enjoy their old airplanes.
Cirrus Design's Vision SJ50 single-engine personal jet offers exceptional fuel efficiency, flexible seating for up to 7, advanced avionics, and all the Cirrus safety features you expect, including the Cirrus airframe parachute system. With its V-tail design, the Cirrus Vision is technologically advanced, yet engineered to be simple to fly, to allow owner pilots more lifestyle pursuits than any other personal aircraft. Learn more about the Vision SJ50 at cirrusdesign.com.
My dad started the Antique Airplane Association before I was born, about 3 years before I was born. So I've grown up with this. I've never really known any other world besides old airplanes and that. Well, we were talking the other night in the hangar too, as you get older, you realize that the airplane, if it's restored, is going to outlast you. You know, we're mortals in that, but the airplanes can keep being rebuilt and keep coming back. So yeah, it's just, you're a caretaker for, you might own it on paper, but you're a caretaker of it for how many years, and then you pass it on to somebody else, or somebody else owns it and that. So there's several airplanes here that, the Blue Howard, for example, it was here in 1976 with a guy that owned it then. It's got a different owner now. So yeah, you don't own them, you just kind of rent them for a few years type thing. So the Airpower Museum, which is partners in the airfield with my dad and I and my sister who own part of it, has got about 20,000 square feet of display area. You know, everything, engines, models, various displays, plus we have about 20 to 25 aircraft of the collection of 40 on display at any time. We have a 4,300 square foot dedicated library research center that we've just finished in the last couple of years, that there's probably not another one like it at any aviation museum or facility in the country. And the museum is open all year round, except for major holidays and whatnot. And the airport's open. We have some other events. My brother has a little flying in May. We have our annual pumpkin bombing contest in November. We have what we call the antique home built flying in July, which is for aircraft primarily like Pietenpols and Corbens and older antiques. And we'll have just get-togethers on weekend and that to do fun, you know, if the weather's good and whatnot. If we can keep doing those types of things so we can maintain the airplanes, and we can get the fuel after 2012, the lead deal, and we can keep the TSA at bay, I think that, I mean, we're here for the long run. We're not going to fold up our tent. I live here, we're here for the long run, and I hope, you know, 10, 15 years from now, when I get old and crabby, that my son will take over as the fly-in chairman, so be a third generation.